I'm Jason Siaglo. Welcome back. This clip comes from the final Shoreline Symposium where we explored how artificial intelligence is changing business, healthcare, and our daily lives. One of the projects that came out of my friendship with Rob Whiteman is Areticare. We built it after my mom's health became increasingly complex. We weren't trying to replace doctors or provide medical advice. We wanted to help families navigate the complexity of healthcare. Areticare gives patients and families one place to organize medical information, upload discharge instructions, record conversations with physicians, and prepare appointments, and most importantly, collaborate with family members and caregivers so everyone stays informed and working from the same information. In this clip, Rob explains how AI allowed him to build the first working version of Areticare in just 48 hours and why he believes AI is fundamentally changing the economics of software.
Actually, I was going to hand this around. This is literally the first version of Areticare was this. Jason sent me this. Is just a dump of, I want the software to do this. The way I built the first version, Areticare, for anybody that doesn't know, is a platform that I built for Jason and his family to help manage their healthcare. And basically, I guess you can talk about.
You're doing a great job. You're doing it, Rob.
To basically organize. Part of the problem with healthcare is the people that own the data and all the information. You have your providers, insurance companies, things like that. Even if they wanted to share it, they don't. Regulatorily, they can't. They have a bunch of system limitations. And so the idea here was, look, just give the patient or the family a way of organizing their own information and let them manage it as opposed to relying on all these integrations and stuff. And so it just built a platform where you can upload discharge instructions. You can record conversations with the doctor. So you hit record and it'll keep track of it. And then you just can always use that to just organize healthcare, and it creates a health profile. It helps you prepare for consults with your doctor. It doesn't give medical advice. It just essentially helps you keep track of everything. And
with your family.
yeah,
That's pretty.
yeah. And this document, this is literally what I just fed into Claude Code for the first pass. You can see Jason put a ton of thought into what he wanted, how he wanted it organized, and I'm sure that was a lot of work. Once you had done that though, to build that, I had a working version within 48 hours. I now have iterated it. I think I'm on my 800 Git commitment. Every time I'm like constantly iterating it. I have an iOS app now. And the cost to build it, it's all been in my $100 a month Claude Code subscription.
15 years ago, before you had heard of AI, what were the costs?
Two to 2.5 years ago, I got a quote to build something very similar for a diabetes platform for somebody that was looking at a startup. And for the MVP, like the first version, it was $500,000. The thing I had in 48 hours, that was $500,000 that they were quoted.
And it was like $13.
I did a LinkedIn post right after we had built it, just talking a little bit about it. And what was amusing me is like a lot of the comments, right? Because the underlying assumption is the code must be like terrible. But the thing is, look, I know enough programming to be able to review the code and how it's structured. It is extremely thoughtfully structured. The other thing is though, every Saturday morning when I wake up, I have a pre-built prompt to do a full code review for security, scalability, patches, like anything that's come up. And I just get to run that every morning for essentially free. Like I know enterprises are not reviewing their entire code base, looking for vulnerabilities, patches, enhancements. I was gonna find, I'll find a minute, but I saved a Champ Thought token last time where it's like, hey, here's what you should do. But by the way, Apple's WWDC is coming up in 2 weeks. Do you want me to remind you in 2 weeks to look at, and I'll review whatever the latest capabilities are and see if there's anything you should include. Like it has awareness of what's going on. It's just a fundamentally different way. And I just don't understand why you would invest in a massive like general piece of software and spend 3 years configuring it for your unique business versus just build the piece of software that you want.
Thanks for watching. My hope is that this channel helps thoughtful people understand AI without losing sight of what matters most: faith, family, meaningful work, and serving others. If that's a journey you'd like to be part of, I'd be honored to have you join me. I'll be sharing a new conversation every Tuesday morning. Thanks, and I'll see you next week.